Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to Ultimate Dirt TV for the WP Concreting 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. Yes, we are back here in the sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway. Qualifying up now on the program, and these drivers once again will have about 2.5 minutes to lay down the lap time. Once again, we'll have the top 10 qualifiers on screen. Trent Gosling, the first driver to get a lap in. Ricky Sanders goes quick time with a 16.753. Craig Dunn second quick, and the team Seti Khan with a 16.773. On screen is the 30 of Tom Callahan. He lays down a lap time. Next lap by Lachlan Smith in position number 3. He finally has the right skin on. After being in the rainbow car for the past 2 weeks, he finally has the Synergy Sim Racing 911. Tom Callahan lays down a time of 16.865. We look at some other cars turning some lap times. James Rice getting the green flag in the JR Productions and Media. BK Designs Ultimate Dirt TV, car number 5. At the moment, 38 cars have taken a lap time, and we're scheduled to have about 40 to 41 drivers. James Rice, first lap time with a 17.121. We look at Joel Berkeley and Lewis Hewitt as well. Berkeley jumps to position number 10 with a 16.881. Lewis Hewitt, we see what kind of lap time he can do at the Knoxville Raceway. Can he jump into the top 10? Yes, he does. Bumping Berkeley back to 11th, and Hewitt was 6th quick, but gets bumped with a 16.841 by Berkeley with a 16.784. We watch Hewitt, his second lap time will be a 16.716, quick time. And Lewis Hewitt goes to position number 1. Boy, oh boy. Now, with this one, the inversion for tonight's heat races, it's 41 cars have taken a time. The only driver not to take that time is going to be Jock Goodyear. So we'll see if Jock is going to make it for tonight's heat races. Now what we do, we invert the field. So we have 4 heats tonight. So the inversion was 32. If you were the 32nd car to qualify, you will start on pole for heat race number 1, and that just happens to be the 19 of Darren Brumfield. Starting out of position number 2 in car number 41, it's James Robbie. Out of position number 3 in car number 96, it's Darren Parmenter. To his outside, out of position number 4 in car number 8, it's Chicken Legs, Matt McCutcheon. Out of position number 5, the 49 of Zachary Phelan. Out of position number 6, the 29 of Jake Maloney. TTL Esports row number 4 on the inside. In car number 9, out of position number 7, it's Joel Berkeley. Out of position number 8, tonight's fastest qualifier. In car number 17, it's Lewis Hewitt. At a position number 9 in car number 32, it is Troy Price. Lines up alongside the 95 of Zachary Masters at a position 10. Making up the 11 car field in heat race number 1, the car number 31 of Michael Crooks. So wait for Berkeley and Hewitt to get onto the racetrack. We can tell you the top 3 transfer into the main event tonight. We also have a D main, a C main, a B main, and we'll have the main event to come. So the C main, the top 4 transfer to the C. The C main, the top 4 will transfer to the B. And the B main will be taking the top 5 to the A. We'll also invert the top 12 for tonight's main event. And that will be 41 laps to distance. Now, for the remainder of the Sprint Car Series, they will be 41 laps for the feature events in memory of Jason Johnson. So from what was seen in the first 2 weeks at Eldora and Volusia, the guys starting in row 4 have picked up a win. I believe out of the 8 heat races, 7 of those wins have come from position 8, which obviously the top 4 fastest qualifiers have all picked up the wins. The only other driver to not do that, the win came from position 7, so it was still inside of that 4th starting row. Green flag is out, heat race number 1. And we look for the drivers on the 4th row. Maloney making a 3 wide with Phelan and McCutcheon. Little contact down the back straightaway between Maloney and Phelan. Hewitt trying to come through. He's stuck behind a bunch of cars, and a lot of these drivers have already found themselves on the cushion in heat race number 1. Hewitt coming through on the bottom side, looking to slide up in front of the 96. No, he keeps it locked down on the bottom side. Well, Berkeley's going to try and follow his teammate. Remember, the top 3 go on to the main event. Hewitt going to slide up in front of Palmer to take position number 4. Meanwhile, your race leader, James Robbie in the 41. Keep an eye on Berkeley as well, and Maloney also coming through. Berkeley Maloney race side by side for 6th and 7th. At the moment, and Berkeley with a big slide job attempt on Palmer. No, realised he wasn't going to get clear of him. Top 4 on screen at the moment. Hewitt stuck behind McCutcheon, and McCutcheon in a 3rd and final transfer spot. He gets to the cushion, and man, well, he gained some speed, but Hewitt has found something on the bottom as well. Hewitt's got no choice to go to the bottom side. He's got to wait for a mistake from either Brumfield or McCutcheon. And Hewitt up to position number 3. And look at Berkeley coming on the inside as well. Berkeley through the middle of turn number 3 and 4. 6 down, 4 to go. Get the feeling Robbie is going to break the streak of the guys coming from the 4th row not being able to pick up a heat win. And how about Darren Brumfield in the 19 in 2nd spot, looking at a direct transfer into tonight's main event, and he's looking solid with just 3 laps to go. Berkeley on the inside of McCutcheon now on in 1 and 2 into 3 and 4. Berkeley with a big slide job on McCutcheon. McCutcheon, he gets out of the gas. He didn't know where to go, outside or inside. And McCutcheon going to put the slide job back on Berkeley. Berkeley tries to rail the cushion, but McCutcheon has got it off of turn number 2. McCutcheon back to 4. Slide job again from McCutcheon, and Maloney putting the slider on Palmer as well. Oh, contact Berkeley under the inside wall. Somehow he doesn't go upside down as the white flag is out. He's back in position number 8. Meanwhile, Hewitt got by Brumfield in the 19. And your winner in tonight's heat number 1 comes from a row other than the 4th row so far. James Robbie, home in first. Lewis Hewitt and Darren Brumfield all make it to the main event. Matt McCutcheon, Maloney, Palmer, Phelan, Price, Berkeley, Crooks, and Masters. Heat race number 1 complete. So we get set for our 2nd heat of the night. We have a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid. Starting on the pole in the 113, it is going to be Brenton West. To his outside, out of position number 2 in car number 33, it's Nathan Clark. Out of position number 3, the 25 of Shannon Jordan. He will line up alongside the 26 of Marcus Knitska out of position number 4. Out of position number 5 in the 99, it's Dale Jordison. Starting out of position number 6 in car number 30, it's Tom Callahan. Out of position number 7, the 51 of Bob King lines up alongside the 121 of Ricky Sanders. Out of position number 9, the 500 of George Fullerton will start out of position 9 to his outside. Out of position number 10 will be the 28 of Daniel Page. Jock Goodyear scheduled to start out of position at number 11. However, I don't think that he's going to have time to get into the service, so we may see Goodyear coming from a D main here this evening. Yes, you heard right, a D main. The top 3 will go on to the main event. Another 10 laps around the Knoxville Raceway, the sprint car capital of the world. The WP Concreting 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. Round number 3. We've had Jock Goodyear pick up the win in round number 1 at Eldora. And second week at Volusia. I have a feeling it might have been Brett Junior Morris. Anyhow, 10 laps on the board. Green flag this time by. Once the pace truck pulls in, they can't go until the green flag is out. Brenton West and Nathan Clark on the front row. Keep an eye on the faster guys. The fastest qualifiers coming from row 4. Ricky Sanders and Bob King. Green flag is out and we are underway here at Knoxville. West will lead into 1 and 2. Jordison in the 99 making some moves, and here comes Bob King. Oh, he got out of that one. Jordison, who I believe is now at the back of the bus. King was lucky to survive that one. Sanders up to position number 5, but the battle right now, the 25 of Shannon Jordan on the inside. Sanders getting pressured by the 30 of Tom Callahan. Callahan will make the pass for 5th. Look at the top, well, 3 cars right now in the top 4, all on the top side, and Shannon Jordan just making it work on the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh no! The 26 of Knitska. There was contact with Sanders. King and Callahan got involved, but they make it through. Shannon Jordan in 3rd right now, the 3rd and final transfer spot. Oh, we got Brenton West into the wall. That will give Bob King the 3rd spot. Callahan, well, he took some evasive action and turned hard left. Now look at Callahan looking for the big slide job into turn number 3 and 4 on King. King will be trying to make the crossover. Still plenty of laps to go here. It feels like we've been racing for an eternity here at the Knoxville Raceway. King reclaims the 3rd spot, and Callahan going to put the big dive bomb into turns 3 and 4. And look at the 121 of Ricky Sanders. Slowly catching up to 3rd and 4th. King with a slider again. And just like we've seen in the Super Late Model Heat, we are seeing some big slide jobs on each other. King goes to the low side to block, well, I shouldn't say block, but to protect the bottom side from Callahan. He will do it again into turns 1 and 2, running the slide job line. Very smart there from King. Callahan all over the rear crash bar of that 51. Callahan goes up top. Sanders tries to rail the cushion. So the slider line is working right now, and it's working for the 51. The 51 goes up top into 1 and 2. And there's the slide job line from Callahan, and that was pinpoint accuracy. Right down to the dot. Look at King, Sanders, and Callahan. They are slowly starting to catch up to Shannon Jordan in 2nd. And if I'm Jordan, well, I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable. But time is running out. King and Sanders down to the low side into 3 and 4. King with a slider. Sanders on the bottom. Callahan through the middle. 3 wide for a brief moment. The white flag is out. 1 lap around the Knoxville Raceway. Oh no, Sanders tagged the back of King. And King is around. We'll see King later in a C-main. Getting the job done in car number 33. Nathan Clark gets the win. Second will go to the 25 with Shannon Jordan. Tom Callahan earns a direct transfer into the main event. Sanders, West, Kaniska, Fullerton, King, Jordison and Page rounds out the 10-car field. And we'll see those guys in the C, B and D mains here this evening. Heat race number 3. And man, let's say we've had some entertaining heat races so far. Starting on the pole in the 015, it's Darren Lord. To his outside in car number 71, starting out of position number 2, it's Gavin Sadler. Inside, second row out of position number 3, the 57 of Anthony Bland. He lines up alongside the 5 of James Rice out of position number 4. Out of position 5, the 78 of John Schultz. Starting out of position 6 is the 66 of Harry Edwards. Starting out of position 7 in car number 94, it's Scott Butler. To his outside in the Team SETI 057, it is Craig Dunn out of position number 8. Hello, Cody Holmes. And your final row for heat race number 3. Out of position number 9 in car number 2, it'll be Kane Blair. Out of position number 10, the 35 of Thomas Hunter. Another 10 laps around the Knoxville Raceway for the WP Concreting 360 Winged Sprint Car Series presented by the Australian Speedway League. Live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We're live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube. 720p on Facebook, 1080p on YouTube. So it is your one where you want to watch it, your choice. Past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, past the Brian Clausen Sweet Tower. So you go past the Lucas Oil Grandstands on the back straightaway here at the Knoxville Raceway. 10 laps on the board. Lord and Sadler will lead us to the flag stand here in heat race number 3. Keep an eye on Rice, Edwards and Schultz. Green flag is out and we are underway. Heat race number 3. Oh no, Dunn and Edwards both got together, but they kept it going. Top 3, remember, will make it into the main event. Darren Lord sliding through the middle of the racetrack. Sadler on the outside. Rice now looking for position number 2. And here comes John Schultz. Have a look at Bland in the 57. Working to the inside. This is the claw. Oh no, Bland and Schultz come together. Bland to the infield. Schultz to continue on. And a great little 4-car battle. But the battle is on for the 3rd and final transfer spot. Gordon the 015 on the inside. Schultz on the outside in the 78. Your race leader, Gavin Sadler from James Rice. Doesn't need to do anything silly at the moment. He just needs Sadler to hold his line right now. And James Rice will earn a spot in tonight's main event. Thinking about a slide job maybe, or maybe just trying to hang on and get yourself into the main event and then worry about the rest of the race. It'll take care of itself. Less than 0.2 of a second, 0.172. Looking at lap time in the high 17 bracket, 17.8, 17.9, even 17.7 some guys. Rice to the inside with a slide job for the race lead, and James Rice past the halfway point in heat race number 3. He gets to the front after starting position number 4. 6 down, 4 to run. Sadler in second and John Schultz looking to make, well, tonight a lot easier than what we've seen a couple of weeks ago at Volusia. Looking for a spot in tonight's main event. Schultz through the middle of turns 1 and 2. No, that is 3 and 4 actually. Through 1 and 2 now. Oh, Schultz got off the cushion. And well, Butler tagged him. And Schultz is going to go from 3rd back to 6th. Dunn now trying to make his way back through in position 5 at the moment. Rice starting to clear away from Sutton, pulling about a second lead over your second place car. At the moment on screen is 4th spot in the 015 is Darren Lord. Darren Lord in 4th with 1 lap to go. Dunn in position 5. And the back straight away for the final time. Heat race number 3, the JR Productions and Media Ultimate Dirt TV. The 5 of James Rice getting the job done in heat race number 3, which is going to put him out of position 10 in tonight's main event. Sadler comes home in 2nd, Butler 3rd. 4th is going to be Craig Dunn, Darren Lord, John Schultz, Kane Blair, Anthony Blair, Thomas Hunter, and Harry Edwards. Rounds out the 10 car field in heat race number 3. Heat 4 up next. Cody, okay, let's answer your question. Yes, they race once a week. They run super late models and sprint cars, and they're also going to be running midgets, so 2 classes on the one night. Sprint cars have an inversion of 8 for the heat race. They're 32 inversion in total. So we'll see the faster guys come from row 4. And yes, they do race for points. Now, points are for each class as well. So at the end of the night, at the end of the season, we'll have maybe 3 different champions, depending on who wins what and who scores what. For the sprint cars, I can tell you that you'll get points for qualifying in your heat race and also the main event as well. Heat number 4, up next, the 4th and final heat of the night. Matthew Ralph in car number 21 starts on pole. Starting out of position number 2 in the speed flow in Butcher Race Parts, Austin Racing car number 24, it's Dale Grother. Trent Gosley starts out of position number 3. Brayton Davison in the 67 will start position 4. Position 5 will be the 55 of Mason Merritt, out of position 6, the 40 of Dylan Silman. Your super late model winner from earlier on in car number 42, Brett Jr. Morris starts position 7. Out of position number 8, it's the 911 of Lachlan Smith. In the 14 of Brandon Carroll starts position number 9, and out of position number 10 will be the 61 of Bryce Kenyon. You're welcome, Cody. Ten laps on the board. Matthew Rao, Dale Grother getting set to go. Green flag racing here at the Knoxville Raceway. Green flag is out and we are underway. And let's just say that outside road got a good start. Oh, the 21 and the 7. Ralph and Gosley contact into 1 and 2 on the opening lap. And Davison throwing the big Hail Mary from 3rd to 1st. Grother back there in 2nd. Dylan Simmelman in 3rd on the opening lap. Simmelman got into the back of Grother. And Lachlan Smith is around Grother into the wall. And Simmelman up to position 3. Up to position 2, sorry. Brett Jr. Morris in 3rd. Bosley back there in 4th in the Transport Equipment Hire 07 machine. Morris gets to the cushion in 3 and 4. 3 down, 7 to go. Your race leader is the 67 of Brayton Davison. Trying to hold off. He's got about a 7/10 of a second lead over Dylan Simmelman. Simmelman running the slide job line in turns 1 and 2. We'll see what he does in 3 and 4. As he gets to the cushion in 3 and 4, Davison through the middle and off corner number 4. Well, he's about mid to high on the racetrack right now. Slider line again. No, in fact, it's going to be all on the bottom side for Brayton Davison, your race leader on screen. You see to the right of screen, the 40 of Dylan Simmelman. He rails the cushion and Simmelman getting a run on Brayton Davison. Davison's got to be careful because if he blinks and he bats an eyelid, the 40 of Simmelman, he's going to go from 7/10 of a second in a lap and a half to the race leader. Look at him rail that cushion. Goodbye, Braden Davis and Dylan Simmelman to the race lead with 3 to go. Davison playing it, well, playing it safe right now. If Brett Junior Morris finishes in 3rd right now, I dare say with the inversion that he will start on pole for the main event tonight. With just 2 laps to go, they went past the Doug Clark virtual flag stand into 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. Dylan Simmelman on the cushion. Slider line into 1 and 2 in the 40 for driving for Team VLR. Will get the job done. He will rail the cushion in 3 and 4. Lap time 2/10 quicker than anybody else on the racetrack, a 17.387. Dylan Simmelman gets the win by 1.2 seconds over Brayton Davis and Brett Junior Morris. Home in 3rd, Trent Gosley in 4th. Mason Merritt, Matthew Ralph, Brandon Carroll, Dale Brother, Lachlan Smith, and Bryce Kenyon as we now get set for tonight's D-Main. And Jock Goodyear in the 37 will make an appearance. And we'll have our starting grid here in a moment. The D-Main, the top 4, will transfer to the C-Main. Starting on pole in car number 28. It's going to be Daniel Page. To his outside in car number 35, it's Thomas Hunter out of position number 2. Out of position 3, the 24 of Dale Grother. Out of position number 4, the 31 of Michael Crooks. Out of position 5, the 99 of Dale Jordison. Out of position 6, it's the 66 of Harry Edwards. Hello, Terry. Out of position 7, the 61 of Bryce Kenyon. Out of position number 8, it's the 95 of Zach Masters. Starting 9th and riding shotgun at the back. He'll be one to watch out for if he's going to have a chance at the top 4 to tonight's C-Main. The 37 of Jock Goodyear. So it looks like just 6 cars. Dale Grother, Michael Crooks, and Zach Masters. All DNSs in this one, so we automatically lose 3 cars. We keep 4 cars going to the main event. So 2 cars on the racetrack will not make the C-Main here this evening. So still plenty of laps to get turned on this track before the main event. There is still 36 laps to go before we even start the main event. 8 laps to D-Main, 12 laps to C-Main, 16 laps to B-Main, and then the all-important 41 lap main event. Who will take out round number 3 of the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series at the Knoxville Raceway? Page and Hunter will lead us off turn number 4. Jordison, Edwards, Kenyon, and Goodyear are our 6 cars in this one. Green flag is out and we're underway. Jordison on the low side getting stuck. Goodyear from 6 to 4, 3 wide. Page is all out of shape. And Goodyear working to the outside of Jordison, but the battle is on for the race lead. Hunter trying to hang on from Edwards. The opening lap in the books. And right there, your top 4 on screen. They look like they will be comfortably in tonight's C-Main. But where they start, who knows? Edwards with a big slide job into 3 and 4 on Hunter. This is the first laps that Goodyear has turned here. The scene wasn't here for the super late models. And now he tries to make it from the back of the bus in tonight's D-Main. He will try and make the alphabet soup run here tonight. 3 down, 5 to go. And here is Goodyear with a big slide job. No, going to keep it on the bottom side off for turn number 2. Goodyear rolling the cushion in 3 and 4, but they got a little bit tight there. And the race leader in the Speed Nation, New Zealand Sim Racing, number 66, Harry Edwards. Got to be careful, he's putting the 28 a lap down. That's Daniel Page. Second is Goodyear. Then we go back to the 35 of Thomas Hunter. And Bryce Kenyon in the 61. Well, he's just out there turning some laps, and it looks like if he can keep it rolling without making any mistakes in the next 3 laps, he will transfer into the main event. Edwards comfortable out in front, 17.5s at the moment. Goodyear was 17.6s. Dale Jordison, who was out of this one, did have a transfer spot locked down, but not sure what happened to the driver of the 99. And the white flag is out, this time by in tonight's D main. Harry Edwards down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. He's got a big lead over Jock Goodyear, 1.7 seconds. Harry Edwards will continue on, as does Jock Goodyear, who comes home in 2nd spot. Thomas Hunter in 3rd. Bryce Kenyon in 4th. Daniel Page 5th. Dale Jordison in 6th. Dale Grother, Michael Crooks, and Zach Masters, all DNS in this one. D main complete. We now move on to the C main. 13 cars in this one. And once again, we take another top 4 to the B main. It'll be 12 laps the distance. So we have a look at our starting grid for tonight's C main. Starting on the pole in car number 49, it'll be Zachary Phelan. At a position number 2, the 500 of George Fullerton. At a position number 3, the 2 of Kane Blair lines up alongside the 14 of Brandon Carroll. At a position 5, the 32 of Troy Price. At a position number 6, the 51 of Bob King. Unexpected to see Bob King in this one. Unexpected to see the next couple of names as well. The 57 of Anthony Bland lines up at a position 7. At a position 8, the 911 of Lachlan Smith will start on the outside of the 4th row. At a position number 9, in car number 9, it's Joel Berkeley. At a position number 10, the C main winner, Harry Edwards. Jock Goodyear lines up at a position number 11. At a position 12, the 35 for Thomas Hunter. And 13th starter in tonight's C main, the 61 of Bryce Kenyon. This is a little bit of a stacked C main. Normally you wouldn't see the guys of like Zachary Phelan, Bob King, Lachlan Smith, Joel Berkeley, Harry Edwards, Jock Goodyear. You normally wouldn't see those guys in a C main. King and Berkeley and Smith. Well, they have all found their way to the front one way or another in the Australian Speedway, not only in this league, but any leagues that they run, really. Now, we keep an eye on the 51 of Bob King at a 6. We keep an eye on his teammate behind him, the 911, Lachlan Smith out of 8. We keep an eye on the 5th row, Berkeley and Edwards, along with Jock Goodyear. Green flag is out this time. Green flag is out. The top 4 go on to B main. Look at Goodyear going through the middle. There was contact there with Bob King. And Goodyear's gone from, well, about 11th straight up into almost the top 5. Bob King, he has had some bad luck here this evening. And Jock Goodyear on the opening lap, literally from the back to the front. Oh no, we're going to come into the wall. It is Bob King. Berkeley's around, Smith's around, and oh my, we have lost some cars. 32 of Troy Price. And this is heartbreaking right now, but Zachary Phelan, your race leader, from Jock Goodyear in 2nd. Oh no, we're going to car upside down. That's Kane Blair. Harry Edwards from the C main, your C main winner, up to position 3. Thomas Hunter hold down that 4th and final transfer spot. Lachlan Smith in 5th. The first car not to make it. He's still got 9 laps to go. Fullerton and Kenyon, they battle side by side. King a fair way back, as is Joel Berkeley. Your race leader, Zachary Phelan. Jock Goodyear from second in the C main. So started position 11, he's up to second. Edwards started 10th, he's in third. Hunter as well now gets a slider there from Lachlan Smith. Smith trying to put his name into the main event. Hunter and Smith, little contact there. Oh, trying to protect that bottom side of the racetrack. Smith would not be happy about that one. Your race leader, Phelan, off of turn number 4. 7 down and 5 laps to go. Berkeley and King still racing at it and still trying to catch up to the guys in 6th and 7th place. Oh, Berkeley, that was close for the big slide job on King and almost got into the side of Fullerton. Not sure what happened to Smith just then, but he's gone. And he was the closest car to potentially take this final transfer spot away from the 35 of Thomas Hunter. Berkeley's got 3, make that 2 laps to go. Can he catch up to about 3 seconds? He's going to have to rail that cushion and hope that he doesn't murder it in the process. He's got a full straightaway to catch up. We're going to watch the 35 and we're going to see if the 9 closes in on him. You're looking at a couple of seconds, 2.1 seconds. I don't think he's going to get there. It's going to have to be a big mistake from Hunter. Phelan with just over a second lead. Into turns, out of turn 4, I should say. The C main win will go to Zachary Phelan. Continuing on is going to be Jock Goodyear and Harry Edwards from the D main. 4th home is going to be the 35 of Thomas Hunter. Unfortunately for Berkeley and King and Smith, they will not make it through to the B main tonight, and we take our top 5. And I can tell you right now, this is going to shake some points up. Your B main, your starting grid, thanks to the SETI Group Holdings. Check them out on the web at www.seti.com. That's CEDI.com. Starting on the pole in car number 8 is Matt McCutcheon. To his outside, the 121 of Ricky Sanders. At a position number 3, the 057 of Craig Dunn. At a position number 4, it's the 07 of Trent Gosley. At a position 5, the 29 of Jake Maloney. At a position 6, the 113 of Brenton West. Starting at a position number 7, the 015 of Darren Lord. At a position number 8, the 55 of Mason Merritt. At a position 9, the 96 of Darren Parmenter. At a position 10, the 26 of Marcus Kinitzka. John Schultz in the 78 will line up out of position number 11. The 21 of Matthew Ralph will start position number 12. Your C main winner, Zachary Phelan in the 49, will start 13th. Starting out of position 14th is the 37 of Jock Goodyear. Your final row and your final starters in tonight's B main. In car number 66, it's going to be Harry Edwards. And starting out of position 16 in the 35 is Thomas Hunter. 16 laps on the board. The top 5 will make it through to the back of tonight's main event. In fact, it might even be the top 8. Just try and get confirmation on that one. Will Edwards and Goodyear continue the run from the D main all the way to the A main and literally do the alphabet soup? 3 wide there. Look at Goodyear in the 37. The 55 goes around. That's Mason Merritt. Here comes Edwards. Phelan as well, looking to continue the run from the C main. Schultz on the bottom side. Now, he was a big mover in last week's feature event at Volusia. 2 weeks ago, sorry. Knizia, I believe that was around contact with Edwards. Parmenter around the outside of Lord. These guys going at it left, right and centre. Oh no, the 113 caught up, involved in that one, as is the 96 of Darren Parmenter, who took a wild ride in turns 1 and 2. Goodyear sitting in 9th at the moment. Phelan trying to work inside, outside, any way you can by the 78. Oh! Contact between Maloney and someone, and Maloney's around, lost the front wing. And he is back to 10th at the moment, battling 9th position with Thomas Hunter. Goodyear on the outside of Schultz. Goodyear and Lord had a little contact on the front straight away. Now, I believe we take the top 8, considering that the 12 has been taken in from the feature event, or whether we have a 17-car field. We might be taking out. I'll have to get confirmation on that one, or we'll just wait and find out. So we look at 6 down, 10 to go in tonight's B main. And Matt McCutcheon, your race leader from Ricky Sanders. Those two guys battling it out. Slide job line through 1 and 2 for McCutcheon. Sanders, and then you go back to Craig Dunn in 3rd. Zach Phelan in 4th. If we were to take the top 5, this would be on for the final transfer spot between Lord, Schultz and Edwards. Goodyear is done. He's out of this one. Oh no, Darren Lord upside down in 3 and 4. And now the battle goes on between Schultz and Edwards. If Edwards can get this 5th and final transfer spot, from what I believe, then he would have made it from the D main all the way to the main event, and wouldn't that be a confidence booster, knowing that he has passed a ton of cars and he would have turned the most laps in tonight's race. We look at McCutcheon, your race leader now, with 10 down, 6 to go. Running a little high into 1 and 2. Still through the middle, running that slide job line. Sanders hasn't got anything for McCutcheon at the moment. Maybe Sanders experimenting, knowing that he's got himself in a transfer spot to make it into tonight's main event. And maybe he can adjust the setup on that race car if there's anything to adjust. Just a handful of laps to go. 5 laps remain here in B-Main competition, the WP Concreting 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. Also looking for a good run is the 49 of Zachary Phelan, the winner of the C-Main. Found himself starting in position 13. He's in position 4 at the moment. The 26 of Knizia stopped on the infield. 5th is Harry Edwards, John Schultz and Jake Maloney. 8th is Thomas Hunter. McCutcheon has driven away from Sanders in the past 3 laps. And right now, with 2 laps to go, he has got 5 cars battling all for position right now. This is 8th through to 12th. And if we take the top 8, well, this is for the transfer spot. They come to 2 to go, but the leader right now comes to the white flag. McCutcheon, he's got a choice to make. He needs to be smart. He's got Sanders closing in on him thick and fast. McCutcheon goes to the bottom. Sanders goes to the top. He makes a little mistake at the drag race to the line. McCutcheon will get the win, jump by a car length. Hunter goes upside down and okay. Okay. Oh my. That's quite a ride. 8th is going to go to Darren Lord. And we'll just see how many we take from this B main into the 41 lap main event, but McCutcheon, Sanders, Dunn, Phelan and Edwards were our top 5. Schultz in 6th, Maloney in 7th, Lord in 8th, and there it is. Lord was the 8th and final car to transfer into tonight's main event. Let's take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
Starting on the pole in car number 42, it's Brett Jr. Morris, who's outside the 94, Scott Butler.
Let's get ready to rumble!
At a position number 3, the 30 of Tom Callahan, lined up alongside the 19 of Darren Bromfield. Brayton Davison out of position 5, out of position 6, it's Gavin Sadler. Shannon Jordan out of position 7 and Lewis Hewitt out of position number 8. Out of position 9, the 40 of Dylan Simmelman. Out of position 10, the 5 of James Rice. Out of position 11, the 33 of Nathan Clark. Out of position 12, the 41 of James Robbie. Your B-main winner, Matt McCutcheon, starts 13th. Out of position 14, the 121 of Ricky Sanders. Out of position 15, the 057 of Craig Dunn. Out of position 16, the 49 of Zachary Phelan. Out of position 17, the 66 of Harry Edwards. Out of position 18, the 78 of John Schultz. Out of position 19, the 29 of Jake Maloney. Out of position 20, the 015 of Darren Lord. The WP Concreting 360 winged sprint car, live from the Knoxville Raceway, right here on Ultimate Dirt TV on Facebook and YouTube. 41 laps to distance. It is time to get after it. Green flag is out. Can Brett Jr. Morris, can he do the double? Can he win the late models and the sprint cars on the same night? Hewitt 3 wide through the middle, got past the 19 of Bromfield. Oh, little contact there with Jordan in the 25. Simmelman through the middle, 4 wide behind him if you don't mind. Oh boy, it is hot in the kitchen. Continuing to go 3 wide in the back of the pack and in the middle as well. They are all over the racetrack, literally spread out like an eagle trying to fly. Rice a little tight on the exit of turn number 4. Sanders gets on by. Sadler through the middle, tags Bromfield. Bromfield a little out of shape. He loses about 4 spots. Up front, and we have Brett Jr. Morris leading from Brayton Davison. Hewitt trying to claim 3rd spot at the moment. Butler in the way of Lewis Hewitt. As Hewitt gets on by up into position number 3. And here comes Callahan on the inside. Catches the infield, slides up, and makes contact with that number 94 machine. We go back to the 8 of Matt McCutcheon. Well, he started 13th, and he is on a tear so far up to position number 6 after 4.5 laps complete. Keep an eye on that number 8 machine, the New Zealand Midget Champion. Brett Morris, he is just checked out right now. He leads by over 1.3 seconds over fellow Kiwi, the 67 of Brayton Davison. Hewitt trying to run them down in 3rd spot at the moment. Callahan closely in 4. McCutcheon and Simmelman trying to get by the 94. Oh, Sanders giving a bit of a right rear to Jordan. Jordan catches a cushion. It lifts up the rear end of that race car. As we watch McCutcheon in the 8 machine and Dylan Simmelman on the outside. They almost race side by side down into 1 and 2. Definitely multiple grooves here at the Knoxville Raceway. Simmelman on the caution through 1 and 2, and the caution flag flies for the first time this evening, and we have the 66 of Harry Edwards After starting in the D main, he's now in tonight's A main. Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. See what happened to the 66. Oh, got a little... Well, got on the cushion, and the car got a little sideways in front of... I think it might have been the 41. It was the 41 of James Robbie. The 49 of Phelan done well not to go around. He half spun that car. How about Brett Jr. Morris in the 49? Looking to double up on wins, be the first driver to win a super late model and a 360 event on the same night. Well, only, yes, this is the third weekend, so it hasn't been done yet. And he has just been super fast over the first couple of weeks. Continuing on here in the third round of the series. Lights out on the pace truck, this time by the iRacing official pace truck. Lights turn off. We'll have 11 down, 30 to go. Brayden Davison in second, so Kiwis running 1 and 2 at the moment. You're back to Lewis Hewitt in 3, the first of the Aussies here this evening. We've got a couple of Americans in the field running 7th and 8th, Simmelman and Sanders. James Robbie, another fellow Kiwi here. Well, with 30 laps on the board, let's get dirty for 30. Restart is all on the 42 of Brett Jr. Morris, and we are underway. Sanders putting the moves on Simmelman, and McCutcheon trying to get by the 94. There's the move from McCutcheon, now up into position number 5. He gets to the cushion. Oh, Simmelman! Oh, Butler just drives into the back of McCutcheon. McCutcheon goes for a ride. And McCutcheon was making some moves. Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. So he slide jobs Butler, and Butler just drives into his left rear. And Simmelman coming through had nowhere to go. And I'll tell you what, McCutcheon's fairly lucky that car didn't go up and over any worse than it did, but unfortunately he will be the first car to retire in tonight's main event. So back-to-back cautions here at the Knoxville Raceway. McCutcheon would be disappointed with that one. Starting 13th, driving up to 5th before being run over. Lights are still on the pace track. We're rolling on 2 to green. So when we go back to green flag racing, it'll be 16 complete, 25 to go. While we got a chance, we'll thank Ultimate Dirt TV. We've got a couple of sponsors of our own. If you want to check them out on Facebook and on the web, you can go to Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. And you can also check out SETI Group Holdings as well. You can check them out at www.seti.com. That's CEDI. While you're there, you can check out the Australian Speedway League on Facebook, along with WP Concreting for the Series 4, the Super Late models, and also the 360 Sprint cars. Check out those guys on Facebook. If you head over to Facebook and just type it in the search bar, Australian Speedway League and WP Concreting, give them a like and a follow. While you're there, hit the like button on Facebook for Ultimate Dirt TV if you haven't done so already. Or if you want to head over to our YouTube channel, go to youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit the subscribe button, doesn't cost you a cent. Pace truck in, green flag back out, and we're back underway. 25 remain here at the Knoxville Raceway. Brett Jr. Morris looking to go 2 for 2. Simmelman out of shape into 1 and 2. Sanders got on by him. That's your top 4 on screen. Callahan in 4th at the moment. Slider line from Davison, and here comes Hewitt on the bottom side, making it work. lacking the corner exit speed right now. Callahan closing in on the 17 of Hewitt. They race side by side. They are literally rubbing wheels off for turn number 4. Well, I tell you right now, Hewitt would not be happy about that. There was a chance at, while doing it cleanly, but Callahan got a run into 3. And he wanted to make every opportunity count. Kiwi still running 1-2. Here comes the American Assault. You got New Zealand 1-2, Australia 3-4, 5 and 6 are USA. 3 countries represented here tonight. And what a fantastic show so far. 20 down, 21 remain. Here comes the 40 of Simmelman. Look at this, 3 different lines. A slider line from Callahan, Hewitt through the middle, and here comes Simmelman. He passed Hewitt like he was standing still. Hewitt on the cushion. Simmelman on the cushion as well. Simmelman is making this work on the top side. He now ducks to the low side off of turn number 4. He drag races with Callahan. He puts the slider on. Callahan with a crossover. Simmelman gets to the cushion. Now USA up to position number 3. And the Kiwis better watch out, because here comes Dylan Simmelman in car number 40. Into 1 and 2. No one is able to run the cushion at the moment like Dylan Simmelman. 17.654. He is over a 10th quicker than anybody else on the racetrack. And Brayden Davison, well, he has now got a mirror full of the 40. Oh no, Davison into the wall. There was contact between Davison and Simmelman, and that allows Callahan and Hewitt to catch up to our top 2 drivers, or our 2nd and 3rd place driver. Oh, Callahan with the big move and caught the left rear of Brayden Davison. He near spun the car. Simmelman and Hewitt, and now Sanders got on by. Here comes Ricky Sanders into the top 5. 15 laps to go this time by for your race leader, Brett Junior Morris. Brayden Davison in 2nd. Hewitt to the low side, trying to make something work down low. Sanders coming after him now on the top side of the racetrack. He thought better of it. Oh, Simmelman and Davison. Man, that was close. Here comes Hewitt. The battle is on right now. Down low is Hewitt. Up top is Davison, Simmelman and Sanders. And Callahan through the middle as well. Simmelman once again catching up and trying to pass the 67 of Brayden Davison. Davison, slide job line through 1 and 2 again. As these laps tick on by, Davison, well, he is holding his own. He's making it tough for the guys to pass him. Simmelman into the wall. Oh, he keeps it going. Sanders on the top side, and oh, wow! How did he not go upside down? Buy yourself a lottery ticket, kid, or ask mum and dad to, because that should have been an upside down ride for the 121 of Sanders. Top 3. Brett Junior Morris still leads by a 2.5 over Brayden Davison, so the Kiwis still running 1 and 2 with 10 laps to go this time by. Past the Doug Clark virtual stand here on the front straightaway Knoxville. Davison still in 2nd, Hewitt in 3rd, Callahan 4th, and Sanders in 5th. I get the feeling Sanders is not done with Hewitt or Callahan just yet. Callahan once again all over the back of the 17 of Hewitt. Hewitt slide job line through 1 and 2. Sanders trying to get by Callahan in 1 and 2. Outside, outside into turns 3 and 4. Callahan slide job line to get to the cushion. Sanders jumps the cushion and unsettles a race car. We look at the battle between Maloney. Got by the 94, and now here comes Gavin Sadler. Sitting in 10th position at the moment. He gets by the 94. And there is James Robbie and John Schultz as well. Schultz, well, he still had to pass some cars here tonight. There is your race leader on screen off turn number 4. 6 laps to go. I get the feeling Hewitt is starting to close the gap on second place driver Brayton Davison. He's a lot lower on the exit of turn number 2. They both run the slider line into 3 and 4. Throttle control at an all-time high for these drivers running through the slick part of the racetrack. This track is slick from bottom to top with a wicked cushion. Yes, check wicked cushion out on the web as well. Free plug there for Matthew Henninger. Hewitt making ground on Davison, running the bottom side. And they are catching up to your race leader. 3.5 to go. Less than 1.5 miles to go for Brett Junior Morris to pick up 2 wins in one night and be the first driver to do so in the Super Late Models. He earned the victory, got lucky, and let me tell you, he has just been a man on a mission tonight. 2 laps to go. The final 2 times, and that is your top 3 on screen. Hewitt on the inside of Davison. Man, what a race this has been. We've just seen 2 cautions, I believe. And let me tell you, the first 3 weeks have been absolutely phenomenal. The white flag is out. Brett Junior Morris around the outside of the 015 of Darren Lord. Down the back straightaway past the 19 of Darren Brumfield. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. He will double down and get the win in the 360 Sprint Cars. Home in second was Brayton Davison, and third went to Lewis Hewitt. What a drive by Brett Junior Morris in the 42 car. Davison pulls up alongside him to say, job well done. The Kiwi boys run 1 and 2. Victory celebrations here for the 42 team. You can tell he is one happy camper right now. In the Speed Nation New Zealand Sim Racing car number 42, Brett Junior Morris gets the job done. Let's take a look at our City Group Holdings finishing results. Coming home with the win in car number 42, it's Brett Junior Morris. Home in second from 5th was Brayton Davison. In third place tonight, the 17 of Lewis Hewitt. Home in 4th, the 30 of Tom Callahan. Rounding out the top 5 in car number 40 was top 5 in car number 9. So car number 40 started 9th. In 5th is Dylan Simmelman. 6th place tonight went to Ricky Sanders. 7th place went to Nathan Clark. 8th place from position 19, picking up tonight's Hard Charger Award, picking up 11 spots, was the 29 of Jake Maloney. In 9th was Gavin Sadler after starting position number 6. John Schultz passing 8 cars on the way from 18th up to position number 10. We go over the page in position number 11. Take a look at this one again. 11th coming home was James Robbie. I might won't get that far. Zachary Phelan in 12th. 13th was Craig Dunn. Shannon Jordan in 14th. James Rice in 15th. 16th was Harry Edwards. 17th was Scott Butler, Darren Brumfield, Darren Lord, and Matt McCutcheon. Make up our 20-car field here this evening. Let's get a chat in with our drivers. In third place tonight in the 17 is Lewis Hewitt. Lewis, congratulations on a third place. Man, this track was black slick in the end, but man, it made for a fun and exciting race.
I think that was definitely exciting. You know, we were, I think, 25 laps at the end there. Green. It was a really good race. You know, congrats to Brett for the win there. He was really consistent.
This race, you didn't really have a lap to yourself. You were always battling with other cars, whether it was Tom, whether it was Ricky, Dylan, Brayton at the end there, I mean, it just seemed to me that this track was racy, multiple grooves. I guess that's all you could ask for as a sprint car driver.
Yeah, definitely. It was a great track. You know, the top was really fast, but it was dangerous to run up there. I think Dylan and Ricky both jumped the cushion. So, you know, I just needed to finish and get some points for the championship. So I ran the bottom, ran that slider line, and I managed to get away with it. But yeah, it was a great race with everyone there, with Brayton at the end and Ricky and Tom through the middle of the race.
Those last 5 laps, you know, you said you were running the slider line, but you were running a little bit lower than what Brayton was. It seemed as though you found something towards the bottom of that in those last 5 laps. I mean, what did you find? Because you actually moved down the lane.
Yeah, definitely. In the end there, I think, especially out of 1 and 2, I was just running a little bit lower than he was, and I felt I was getting the run in the straight. But I think I got under him once, and I just couldn't get the drive off the bottom. But yeah, there was definitely something down there. It was tough to run to, you know, not spin the tires.
Well, I said earlier, it's all about trying to get as many points as you can. Obviously, with the likes of Bob King, Joel Berkeley, Jock Goodyear not making it through the C and the B mains. I mean, this is surely going to be a good point haul for you tonight. Yeah,
I think definitely as well. We had Lockie was leading the championship. He didn't make it either. I think James Russ might be leading it now. No, I should be up there in second. But yeah, big championship points haul for sure.
Well, before we let you get out of it, celebrate a 3rd place with you and the team. I'm sure you got some people you want to thank.
Yeah, thanks to TCL Esports as always for all their help and support. Our sponsors, Ash Media, Down Under Graphics, Hyper Stimulators, Tie Designs, Harm Tune Suspension, and thanks to Ultimate Dirt TV as well. They're on the car. I just forgot that one.
You got a 3rd place. Well done, Lewis.
Thank you.
All right, Lewis Hewitt home in 3rd place. Home in 2nd place. Tonight, the driver of the 67 is Brayton Davison. Brayton, congratulations on a 2nd. You started 5th. You quickly got to 2nd, and, well, it was all about just trying to survive, and, man, your car was fast tonight.
Yeah, another good night. Second place in a row. We got 2nd at Volusia a couple of weeks ago. Cars were fast once again. It was good to run up front with my teammate Brett there. It was real good fun, and just wish, like, I don't know, like there was a couple of lap cars there at the end, and they were sort of in my line, but yeah, it would have been cool if they went there because I was running that sort of like slide up line, but you know, that's just how it goes. I think had enough laps to try to get to Britt anyway, so he did a real good job and took out both wins tonight. So that's real cool for our team as well.
You said you were running that slider line. I mean, there were quite a few drivers that were running that slide jump line. There was a couple of guys able to rail the cushion. I mean, at any stage, did you want to move up to see what the cushion was like, or were you just, you know, comfortable in knowing that you had good car speed to run that slide jump line and hold that 2nd place?
Yeah, I could hear them coming on the top. I think I saw Dylan drive around me. So I tried it for a little bit there. But it just didn't suit me or my driving again, just like it did at Volusia, the same sort of deal. So I sort of trusted that I could. We had the car speed to do the slider line, run it through the slick, and catch the grip off the corner. I think I got better at that as the race went on, and I managed to reel Brett in the end, reel him in at the end, but it was just a bit too late.
Talk about those last couple of laps. I mean, Hewitt was there on your inside. He was there a couple of times, but he just didn't have the corner exit speed to, you know, to pass you. I mean, you know, talk about those battling those last 5 laps. You know, while you guys were battling, you were able to run down the race leader.
Yeah, it was crazy. I could hear him coming from behind. I was like, shit, where's he running? He must have been running about where I was. Yeah, I guess we were just really hungry, and like we both saw that we were both reeling in Brett. So, but then once again the lap cars were there, so it stopped our momentum a little bit there. But that's what happens, and it was good. It was good racing, and it was really competitive.
All right, well, before we let you get out of here and celebrate another 2nd place here in the 360 Sprint Car Series, no doubt, I'm sure you got some sponsors you want to thank.
Yeah, definitely. The Speed Nation, Hazard Media, Alpha Finance, all the boys at NZSR are putting in real hard work at the moment. It's really starting to pay off, and good job to Brett tonight, my teammate, getting both wins tonight. It's pretty awesome for him. So yeah, and thanks for you for streaming, Brett. Yeah, it's awesome. Thanks.
There we go. Brayton Davison home in 2nd place. Home with the win. He doubles down and becomes the first driver to do so, taking out the Super Late Model win and also the 360 Sprint Car win here at Knoxville. Brett Jr. Morris. Brett, once again, congratulations. Your car was fast from the get-go, and you come home with another victory here at Knoxville.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I did the clean sweep tonight. I mean, I just can't thank everyone enough. All the NZSR boys. It's really starting to pay off all the time and effort we're putting in now. So yeah, hopefully we can keep up this good stint and keep up the front.
Talk about the racetracks that we've seen tonight. How different was the sprint car track to the late model track? Obviously, we see the cushion, but I mean, what's it like trying to run from a super late model back into a 360?
Yeah, I didn't actually get any practice, and so I went and dropped the qualifying lap just straight out of the bat, and I didn't qualify too bad, so that was pretty good. And that helped. Well, it actually doesn't help. It's you start off the back of the heat, so I managed to get up to third. So that I didn't realize, but it put me on pole. So I think yeah, it was kind of given to me because I was on pole. Lewis and Brayton were catching me in the end there because the track was just treacherous at the end. It was real bumpy, but I just held on and kept cool and got the win.
Talk about those closing sort of 10 laps. You're approaching lap traffic. You get to lap traffic on the final lap, but you said your car was falling off a bit. At that stage, what was so bad about you falling off? You almost had a 2-second lead to where you only won by half a second. Those guys filled in 1.5 seconds in those final laps. What was the main reason for that? Were you getting tired? Was the car? Was it the track? I mean, what was it?
I changed my line, like I ran a completely different line, and I just was so focused, wasn't watching my relative, and I don't run a mirror, so I couldn't see anyone behind me, and I was just staying in front, and then I could hear them come up behind me in the last few laps, and then the lap cars in front of me, and kind of just held on, shut my eyes, and well, not shut my eyes, but came out the other end in the win. So yeah, it was just more me just changing my line and not really knowing where to run. So it's easier to chase someone down than be chased. So yeah, it was pretty cool and good night.
Okay, so your mind, 2 laps to go. You've got about 3/4 of a second lead, and you got lap cars that are actually racing for position. That they're trying to stay on the lead lap. You got 2 to go. Was there any point of you just to think just sort of hang back a bit, or just just try and get us past them as fast and clean as you can?
Yeah, the key thing with lap traffic is to be patient. Like they're being lapped for a reason, so you're coming up a lot faster than them. So it's quite hard and tricky with some people to realize how much faster you're going than them. So you actually really have to be patient and conserve. And I was just trying to hold and keep the car in one piece and not crash in the last lap. So yeah, it was you drive real conservative and just pray that they don't get into you.
Well, you clean sweep the Knoxville Raceway. You pick up a Super Late Model victory. You pick up the 360 Wing Sprint Car victory as well. You must be wrapped for you and the team. But before we let you get out of it and celebrate a clean sweep for the night, who do you want to thank that makes it all happen for you, bud?
Just again, obviously, all the NZSR guys, and we really started this new team up and made some new skins and really try to crack down and get a lot faster. So it's really worked out and it's paid off. So we're getting faster and faster every week. So it's just yeah, props to all the guys. And unfortunately, the new driver couldn't run tonight. So it's good that we got the win to kind of say, hey, come back and run. So yeah, just obviously everyone from NZSR and obviously you for putting on the stream and Gavin for hosting the events. It's just the best racing you can get.
All right, there we go. Brett Junior Morris with the win. He will double down, pick up both feature wins in the Super Late Model and also the 360 Sprint Car Series. What a night it's been here from the Knoxville Raceway. The Super Late Models put on a fantastic show, followed out by the 3rd round of the WP Concreting 360 Wing Sprint Cars. And man, what a show those guys put on. After the first 3 weeks so far, we've had some fantastic racing. We've seen barely minimal cautions in both features. I think we're sitting at sort of 2 each week in the sprint cars and maybe 3 for the late models or vice versa. There is little cautions in feature racing action here. It is fantastic. It is the best of the best. That'll do it for us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We wrap up round number 3 of the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models and the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series live from the Knoxville Raceway. Head over to their social media pages, give them a like, give them a follow, show them your support, let them know that you're watching each week. And of course, if you haven't done so already, Ultimate Dirt TV, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. We are live 720p on Facebook. YouTube, we are live in 1080p. So if you want to watch 1080p, head over to the YouTube channel. While you're there, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost a cent. Hit the like button on Facebook as well. I get to take a breath. It has been a fantastic night. Well done to Brett Jr. Morris on sweeping both main events here this evening. Next week, I believe the 1RC Midget make their debut for the series, followed by the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series. In fact, I will check on that in a minute. I'll check it later. Next week, we're going to be live once again at about 8:15 p.m. Eastern here in Australian times, and come back to watch some more of the Australian Speedway League specialties with some of Australia's, New Zealand, and America's best battle it out in the super late models, the winged 360 Sprint Car Series, and also the midget cars. On behalf of everyone here at Ultimate Dirt TV, it is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We'll see you back next week here on Ultimate Dirt TV.